With this, the fades I think are really, really nice. It's not like a massive cut. It kind of shows the gradual speed of coming out of our galaxy into the number of galaxies there, and having a nice fade and kind of shows the speed of the camera or uh, vehicle or whatever you want to imagine that we're sitting in as a point of view perspective. There was also other animation elements in there, so this is 3D in camera, and with all this coming towards you and the camera moving forwards and the images moving back. And at the beginning, around here, there is this little bit with the leaves, which is where I've got an image of leaves, copied and pasted it around in a circle, and frame by frame animated it pulling out. And it's a really nice effect, and it worked well. And also with the phase of coming out of our atmosphere and off the planet Earth, it's really the transitions really do work well for the journey and for the camera movements as well. And another thing that I like is that it's all one shot, there's no cuts, and stuff like that in animation is cool. It's very impressive, I think, if people do kind of have a really long shot, like in the film Goodfellas, when they had that really long tracking shot going down in the kitchen. Something like that in animation is really really amazing to do that, because of how long it would take and the fact that they have to draw it all, and it really does have a really nice effect by using different camera movements and camera shots and angles. So it has a lot of advantages using camera movements. And the other great thing that I was saying about how when we travel through, and that we end up back at Earth like we did at the end, so we travelled all through there, and now we kind of go back to our universe, back to the superclusters, past the other galaxies that we've already passed, and then into the Milky Way, into our solar system, back onto planet Earth, back into the forest, and back to the same shot as the beginning. So the actual animation can be looped, which I think is a really good thing, and I really do like it when you make something and it instantly can just loop, and it's not like a warp cycle, it's a full animation thing that you can just continue it over and over again. And having the transition of going from a single video to a loop. So if I copied and pasted this and placed it here, the transition is really incredible if it's smooth. If it is smooth and done well, then it's really effective. And that's something that I like about the animation as well, with the fact that it does loop. The biggest problem with this is at this point the camera is further back at this point than that point. The reason being is because all of this was all done in sections, so that's one section, fade into the next shot, and then cuts to the other shot with the jolt, and then plays through that, and then other shots. Mainly with all the transitions, different sections that I've animated and put together, and that has had problems, as I've said here, and other things with the cloud, going from this animation to so the cloud actually just stretch. But with the actual camera moving forwards, it's not really that noticeable unless you went through it frame by frame like I did then. The difficult task with this was lighting. I wasn't really sure how I could actually add lighting into this animation, and then I had the idea of the big bangs and having all these explosions at this point here. Yeah. So this point is all the big bangs happening in all the universes you can see, just appearing everywhere, to portray how often they do appear and how often they are created. And with this, I added a spotlight and made sure it lit up the whole thing and just boost the intensity of as much as I can to really give that impact of how big these explosions, so to say, are. And it's another way to interest the audience into the animation, because it is quite a long-winded and really quite slow animation, and it takes a while to go through it. So having this to kind of wake the audience up, and it's not a good thing saying that because it is quite a slow animation, and if this kind of grabs the audience a bit, like, oh yeah, it kind of gets them to wake themselves. What's that? Main problem I would say is mainly transferring it from one shot to the next, and having problems where you have the repetitive shake at the beginning, like here. So at that point, there's a repetitive shake like there from the camera that happens at the beginning a lot. There you get that little, the camera moves slightly, and this is on the beginning of every shot. So I get the timing of each planet being the same, so that I would take the After Effects file for this one and then apply it to this one, so that in this one we've got 1, 2, 3 planets, and then you have another 1, 2, 3, and they're all timed to each one the same, to give the timing and the flow to be reasonably the same, so it doesn't seem disjointed or disfigured or just really unnatural, really, and jittery as well. But it does speed up a lot. The point at the end where we get to our solar system, the Milky Way, so it does speed up a phenomenal amount, which I do like, because kind of with Earth's gravitational pull and the pull of the sun kind of could theoretically pull you further towards Earth and gain you more speed. But overall, I really did like this animation and I really enjoyed it, and there was a lot of fun, a lot of playing around with it and seeing what I could come up with, and even having a go at turning the camera at this point and experimenting with that and